Hey there. Somehow I was just in the mood to start messing around in D minor, a key we don't, I don't know, I don't do that often. Oh, I do have a really old song. Something like that. Anyway, I don't think that one's coming back. Way further away than what was the one I played a few weeks ago? Oh, the D minor one. Sweet Child. Okay, I should be giving you some updates on what's going on around here. But yeah, I had a lot of distractions this week. A lot of unusual things going on. They've all kind of mellowed out, and things left me in a really good mood, like just about half an hour ago. And that's where that little bouncy D minor thing came from. You know, even though it's minor, it's pleasant and fun to listen to. So I mean, it's fun to play in D minor. What do we have going on this week? A couple of new. I of course got completely sidetracked. was fun working on that project. The first thing was, of course, doing so. This is, of course, Ashokan Farewell from Ken Burns' Civil War, a beautiful tune. Jay Unger, I hope you guys have checked out the lesson on that, or at least, I'm sure if you watched Ken Burns' Civil War from 1990, I think it was. I think it's like 11 hours and about an hour's worth of time. This is what's playing, so you really can't watch that without walking away with it, cemented in your ears. And so anyway, told little stories about it in the lessons about how it. Well, I'll save that. Check it out though. When I first started working on the idea of putting together a solo version, my habit with solo versions, as you probably know, is to not worry about making them necessarily very playable. I just get ridiculously carried away, and this time I set my sights on make it as easy as possible so the most people can play it. That was I felt like I succeeded this time. It doesn't usually work that way. So I hope you check out the solo version. I'm going to get flack maybe, if anybody cares, for not playing it in the original key. There are all kinds of good reasons for changing keys when you're changing instruments or something. And so what Jay could do on the violin, as far as playing the melody goes, is doesn't lend itself really well to the key of D on the guitar because of the range. And if you watch the lesson, I kept thinking, this song has a range of almost 2 octaves. I thought the lowest note in the key of G was D to C, but it isn't. It gets all the way down to C. It really is 2 full octaves. That makes it not particularly a singable song, but works well for the violin. Anyway, hope you enjoy checking those out, the two versions, the strumming version, and it really was impressed with the guitar player in Russ Barenberg in the band that originally did, in Jay's band, Fiddle Fever, that originally did this, because it was very his accompaniment was really neat and the lead was really neat without being too flashy. So a lot of different stuff to keep you busy in those 2 tunes, I think. We had a couple packs this week too. Just a few. Just early this morning, finished up getting a Coldplay pack out, and I really want to thank Vanessa for. Best wishes going out to Vanessa. She's going through just a few distractions herself, and I think she'll be back on board with some lessons. She just hasn't had time to get back to guitar playing, but or at least making lessons for us. But we are hoping that's on the mend, and she should be back soon. But it was really fun watching as I was putting this pack together. I went through a few of those lessons, and I forgot that so many exotic tunings in those tunes. But then one thing that was really cool about Vanessa's lessons is in just about all of them she showed you a way to play it like in a normal tuning, like kind of just bringing it down to earth a little bit without having to go to the trouble of retuning 4 or 5 strings or things. So those are pretty neat, these six Coldplay songs. And actually, boy, I didn't realize this. We kind of randomly put together packs as we get more songs. And this week our second pack was Everly Brothers Volume 2, which was also all Vanessa lessons. So we haven't seen a new lesson from her for a while, but we have a lot of old lessons that have been brought out of the closet and back into the front lines. So let's see what else has been going on around here. That nail is almost back. That's the test for it. Can I play the harmonics? Dare I try the next part again? I haven't played this in months, but it came across my. I was waiting in a parking lot the other day for a doctor's appointment, and the way things work out here now is in many places they just say, wait in your car, we'll text you when we're ready. And so I was just listening to the radio, and I had stuff not so much on random. I have it kind of like on alphabetical now, and now we're in the B's. And so what came up was two different versions of Bethina. The first one, in the way they were arranged on my hard drive in the car, was by Dick Hyman, which is from a record that he did all 70 or 75 Scott Joplin rags. It was a 5 LP set, big old red thing. It was pretty cool, called the Complete Rags of Scott Joplin or something. And Dick Hyman, you might remember him. You'd have to be really old, but he had another great album called Music of 1937, and then but one of the really early Moog synthesizer songs, a tune called The Minotaur. And that was one of the first times we ever heard his, he did a whole album called The Electric Eclectics of Dick Hyman, I think, something like that. That was one of those I had to go out and buy, along with things like from the same time, Peter Shickley, PDQ Bach, also early, Switched On Bach, that's what it was. He did the one that had, he had a lot of Bach stuff done on a synthesizer, so late 60s, I think, for that, for both of those. Anyway, getting back to the Bethina story, then the next one that came up was Joshua Rifkin, who was one of the first people to really help revive ragtime. He did 3 albums of Joplin tunes in the late 60s for Nonesuch. I think they were all late 60s, but I remember getting them, and that really kind of got me excited about playing more ragtime stuff on the guitar. Slightly predated, I believe they all predated what really launched them back into the stratosphere, which was, of course, the Sting with Marvin Hamlisch's take on all that stuff. Anyway, I'm keeping talking here because I don't want to try the next section. This is the hardest thing I've ever played in my life. No, not really. See? There it was. Past the hard part. That nail is still not quite, I still got nothing left on it, but so I'm not going to keep going with that. Although it was a really pretty part later, right? Yeah. That's it. Okay, I'll get it next time. Okay, I gotta get back to practicing that. It's not really that far away, but you can't just take 6 months off of it and expect it to still be there. So as soon as this nail, I got about another week, and I should be back on top of things. That's also partly what contributed to doing the duet version of Ashokan Farewell. I figured, okay, I gotta at least do something with a pick since I'm losing my natural picks. Next week, I don't know what's gonna happen yet next week. I'm gonna leave that up in the air, and got a few little things rolling around, some fun songs, and I'm not sure which of them will see the light of day first. But There will be something. Till then, we're halfway through October. I didn't even mention it. It's October 15th. Is that right? Yes, Friday the 15th. Getting close to Halloween. And, you know, it got really cold here a few days ago, and now it's really hot again. I took the air conditioner out of the window here, and I don't really need it today, but because I think they're telling us rain may be on the way. We hope so. Northern California is just parched. So, hope everybody else is doing well, everybody out there. And stay in touch. You know, let me know what's happening. Things have been pretty quiet on the forum, but like seeing, you know, let's tell me what's happening in your neck of the woods. Be back next week.